Tilden Dexter, on this piece. Who's smoking this like dro? Who's shooting off like a foe? Who's spitting this like a pro? Revving up like a foe? Who got them critics saying oh? Who got them dudes saying whoa? Who got them dudes on the road? Johnny's on a roll.
What got me involved in table tennis was someone beat me really bad, and as you know, Ramiro, I'm very competitive. Mm-hmm. And when someone beats me real bad, I'm like, okay, that can't happen again. So anyway, they beat me real bad, and I vowed to learn how to play that sport. And then, you know, as I was playing or was introduced to it by a friend of mine, I actually began to like the sport. You know, the object of keeping the ball on the table with a paddle. I got to do better. I got to try to get better. And it's because of something that I really enjoy doing and playing. Mm-hmm. I realized it was a good sport to at least try and understand. So the way I feel about a lot of changes that were made in table tennis over the years, I mean, I think they work. You know, they're valid changes. One being the band of blue, speed blue is what it was called back in the day. I think it sets a level playing field, you know, where folks can't just, in essence, gain an advantage. I agree with that change, because what happens is with speed glue, it allows you to put more spin on the ball, right? And more speed as well. So when you have that advantage and the other person don't, then that sort of takes away from the game. What they have right now out there are called boosters. It's similar to speed glue, but the thing is, speed glue, you were able to track it and trace it and find out. They were able to do tests to see if you were using it. Whereas boosters they use right now, they say that's okay, it's legal, because Chinese players use it. But the reason why it's legal is because there's no way for them to trace it or track it or test for it. People can kind of get advantage right now, but everyone can get that same advantage if they so choose. I don't take advantage because for me, I think it's more so because I'm a student of the game and I enjoy playing the game, and I don't really need an advantage. I don't try to attain an advantage because I just want to see how good I can get based on my skill sets, my love, and my abilities. With regards to the scoring change, I like that also because you're able to rest in between sets, so and get a little rest on without taking the time out, of course, because the score is just going up to 11 versus going to 21. The fact that you have shorter sets, 1 to 11, versus going 1 to 21. So I'm down with that change. So you're able to rest a little bit more and get yourself ready mentally and physically for the next set. I found that table tennis in Tallahassee was growing, and it's still growing, of course, but it's come a long way, you know, over the last 6 years since we've been here. And thanks to Willie Leparulo, he's one of the main guys in Tallahassee who runs a lot of stuff, who sets up a lot of clubs, who does a lot of activities regarding table tennis. And the job that I admire the job that he does, because I don't know if I can do it, but he's one of the first names that I came across when I was looking for table tennis in Tallahassee. They say, get in touch with Willie. I was like, who's Willie? No. And I found out who he was, and yeah, he's the guy. You know, he's actually, you'll see him here, because he runs actually he's the coach for the FSU table tennis team, and he runs the training sessions and stuff like that here. So he does that, and also I found out a club. There was a club existed at McLean. He runs that. Then I found out about Nets, which is a private club you have to be invited to, which I was invited to. Then I found out about the senior center, where I also play. And yes, seniors are interested in playing table tennis as well. And it's a good workout for those guys and get them, you know, keeping them fit. So yeah, so it's growing. It's been growing. We tried some other clubs like Northside, and because of COVID, it disbanded. But we use those tables now at McLean. So that's coming along. As far as McLean, we play there twice a week, right, on Thursdays from 7 to 9, as well as Saturday afternoons from 12:30 to 2. So it's coming along really well in Tallahassee. I love it. You couldn't ask for more. The quality of players are here. You have different levels, from beginner all the way up to highly rated.
Who's smoking this like dro? Who's shooting off like a foe? Who's spitting this like a pro? Revving up like a foe? Who got them critics saying oh? Who got them dudes saying whoa? Who got them dudes on the road? Johnny's on the road. Johnny's on the road.
I feel table tennis is very inclusive when it comes to first of all race, also in sex, boy or girl, it doesn't matter. Age, whether you're 8 or 80, table tennis is good for you. So there's no division in table tennis, so I feel very much inclusive. And that's the way table tennis is across the world. It's not just in the United States that way, that's the way it is. You have really good African American players like Kanata of the USA, Omar Sarr of, I believe he's in Egypt, and Quadre Aruna in Nigeria. Table tennis has become an official sport. It's got more respect now, let's just put it that way, versus maybe 20 or 30 years ago, when it was just a basement sport called ping pong. You don't even call it ping pong. You call it table tennis if you play, competitively. If you still got the basic mentality, then of course that's fine. Call it whatever you want to call it. But it definitely has grown over the years. And the reason why, they're covering it. So I see a lot of that now. That has grown. A lot of awareness. I'm seeing it in recreation centers now. All of most recreation centers now have a table tennis table. Whereas that wasn't the case before. It was foosball and other stuff, right? But now you see that, and then churches also. Then you have companies. I know companies that have a rec room and they have a table tennis in it to wind down or whatever.
Right.
So it's definitely grown over the years. I'm an official USATT club coach is the title. So I get paid actually, and I make my own salary. Right. So I charge whatever. It's based on the individual, based on how many people and all that stuff. But I do coach different age groups, different skill levels. Mainly it's from beginner up to like intermediate. Not necessarily advanced, right? At least within that range. So yeah, I do that. I can't speak for the actual official coaches that coach for clubs and whatnot, and if they're 9 to 5,
Yeah.
I'm sure they can probably use a little bit more money, just like most teachers in general. But for me, since I'm an entrepreneur, I set my own salary, my own fees. So there's no issue there. If I feel I should, we're in a recession like right now, my price has gone up. So I don't think it's necessary to have a certification, but it does help. At least it shows that you're qualified to teach. Because not just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're a good coach. Because there's some great players that I've come across that don't know how to coach, doesn't coach the game well. Because there's certain things you need to be able to teach and communicate to beginners, and not everybody can do that. So I think it's important, but not necessary to be certified, but it does help. To be USATT certified, you have to go through the system. So that's stuff you can learn on your own. YouTube, social media.
Right.
You can, and I've done that as well. As a matter of fact, the majority of stuff that I've learned is from off watching videos and stuff like that, watching the pros do it, and watching matches, and studying, and folks that are much better than I am at teaching it, I learned from them. So I would say learn, and as much as you can from wherever, and then go get certified. That way you have both, and then always continue to learn. Don't just stop learning, because table tennis is evolving, constantly evolving. There's always new ways of doing stuff. Can I keep up? Yeah, I keep up. As long as I continue, with my head watching in the books and watching videos and stuff, yeah. Corbett, and the D is for Dexter.